Hey everyone, this is Sinister Lefty, out and about today. Wife's up getting a tattoo in Columbus with the family, so I'm out here. Took them on up, and leaving them to do sisterly things, and of course I was not going to be left being bored, so I brought all my quad stuff. And my wife, who is my sponsor for my hobby, asked me if there was anything in particular I was looking for since I was coming up here, and you've got race day quads and ready-made RC up in this area. So I told her, I looked and I hemmed and I hawed, and I was looking at the 3-inch magnet that they have at Buddy RC. Kind of had my eyes on that for a while. And then was also looking at ready-made, 'cause I haven't been out here before. And I saw the new Tiny Whoop Nano. Really caught my attention. I have quite a few little brushed quads I really enjoy flying, and when I saw the Tiny Whoop come out, the first thing that really caught my attention was the fact that it has turtle mode. So now I have an opportunity. I decided if I want to do racing, I've got a cool little quad, or could get a cool little quad that gives me the ability to do turtle mode. One of the discussions we had while we were in one of the discussion boards about racing was the need of turn marshals. And that was kind of one of my arguments that I had, was that if we're able to fly brushed, a turn marshal might not be a bad deal, because we go over, we're kind of SOL, especially like in the qualifiers, things of that nature. And so one guy's response was, well, that's why everybody will go to brushless. And I kind of thought that was messed up as well, because, I don't like the idea of being forced to do something if I don't want to do it. And now with this Nano, giving it turtle mode gives me the opportunity to not have to worry about that. So anyhow, the wifey gave me my money for my hobby, my habit, whatever you want to call it. So I hemmed and I hawed, and I finally decided to go with the Tiny Whoop Nano. So I just got over here to Ready Made RC, just picked it up. Nice guy that was in there, talked to him a little bit. Got a few things, couple magazines, kind of a neat drones in school, can't speak right. Magazine, aviation, which is pretty cool. Also, stickers are always good. Just nice. And then I picked up on their free thing is this kind of peculiar little Rubik's Cube. He said they're like different motors, propulsion. I thought that was a slick little thing to have. So I'm sitting here relaxing a little bit before I try to figure out where to fly, and I asked him if there was any place local, and he said that there is one place, but they kind of got in trouble for flying. He said the worst they'll do is tell you have to leave. And I don't like the idea of getting people upset. So I decided I'll sit here and relax and do my unboxing, so to speak. So to continue on, so the Tiny Whoop Nano does come in this nice plastic box, heavy duty. You're not going to squish this thing throwing it in your pack. A box, hell, you can throw it in your car, no big deal. It's going to take a beating. Keep that Nano safe. So as you open it, as you may see, it does come. It's got a nice foam protective pad that it sits down in, and there goes the extra canopy. Let's not step on that before I leave. Okay, so before we get to that, it does come with, good grief, that's hard to get out. That's a pretty darn rigid, foam pad, already designed to protect it in the box, which is wonderful. And as most people have said, you do get an extra set of props, which is really great. I hope these are not as poor quality as like the Beta 65 ones that I've had. with those were pretty horrible. I crash into anything and I'd blow a prop in record time. So, and then of course it comes with I really don't understand why they did this, because everybody complains about them. These things kind of suck. They don't do their job very well. And I understand that they're trying to get people in the air, as quick as possible. But, I mean, come on, there could be a better option than this thing. So this, going in the trash. And last but not least is the battery. Now, the thing that's interesting about this battery is this is not a traditional LiPo, as we normally see. This is a TBS graphene. I don't know if it'll focus on that or not. Probably not. And my understanding with these batteries is they are better. They're not as volatile, I guess. Not 100% sure on that, but that is a pretty tiny battery. I'm running 300s on just about all my other brushed and on the beta, so this is pretty tiny. But it'll be interesting to see how well it works. As I said, with it being graphene, I don't know a lot about it other than know that's a new battery of some type. A little more expensive. Now, the one downside I will say is that Ready Made does carry the quad. My only gripe, if I have one, is they don't carry any parts for it. No props, no canopies, no extra batteries. So you have to go to Black Sheep to pick these up, and they're $4.50 a piece. So you're looking at, I think it was $45 for 10. But again, we'll see how well this holds up, because I do have some 300 ones I got from Race Day Quads that hopefully will fit. They should. I'd go check it, but I don't feel like jumping in the back to grab the batteries out at the moment. So, with all the internal stuff for the box out of the way, let us look at the Nano. Now, this is tiny, as everybody says. From what I noticed, it's a lot more compact. There's a lot less space between, like here, when you look at the ones you can buy, they are larger. There's a lot more space, so it looked like they just basically compacted this down as small as it could get. The flight controller is definitely proprietary to this frame. You're not going to be able to put any other on there. Maybe the Alien, from what I've seen. I've never actually had my hands on one, but that one, the way it's designed, it's very minimal. It's a very minimal design, very specific design. So much the same with this. So as you know in the video, if you've watched the video, you can tell it's got all the circuits for giving this the turtle mode capability. So it's kind of interesting the way they have the motor prop, the motor plugs, pretty compact, and they really did a lot of thinking when they designed this. I like how, overall, I said it seems pretty sturdy. Has a little bit of give. If you take a look, it does give a little, which I think that can be good, because that gives you some bounce back without worrying about breaking. Very low profile, so you'd be able to get underneath, narrow stuff, cars, flying around under them. But everything looks really solid with it. And, that's interesting. So I may have to ask about that, because I know it said it's compatible with 2 different size motors. So I'm wondering if you look, you're going to see, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a little peg here on that the motor sits down on. So it actually doesn't go all the way down. So I'm wondering, again, not having a lot of experience on that, if the motor size might be longer, if you have to take that out or not. That might be a good question. Now, another thing I noticed is the receiver this is rather interesting. So the receiver this is neat. So what they did, if you take a look, you can kind of see it. I'm using my phone, so this sucks. But the sticker where it says Black Sheep, Team Black Sheep, that is the antenna. So as you see, it comes out, and then it goes in behind the sticker, and it's soldered. So you see it soldered here, and then it comes all the way. So that whole sticker is the full length of the receiver. That is very cool. Keeps it out of the way, doesn't get damaged. So that is actually that gives you some ideas with a couple of my others, see if that might be a possibility. Now, I don't know a whole lot about antennas other than I know that it has something to, you want to keep the end that's exposed to a certain size based on the receiver. I was at 2.6, I think it is. Again, a lot of this I never really paid attention to. I just grabbed and flew. So, I've been at this year and a couple of months, so this is a learning process. The other cool little thing I like is it's got these little rubber bands, keep the motor wires out of the way. Again, this is going to be something I think I'm going to employ with my other couple of brushed. I kind of like the idea. The way the battery is set up is pretty impressive. I like that. Keeps a low profile, so you come down, you're not going to hit the battery when you land. Curious about these little tangs, little holes. So I don't know if there's something in the future that they're planning on. I don't know, but it'd be interesting to ask them how that works. So initially, I am pretty impressed. A lot of the videos I've seen have had a lot of when they first got allergies. When they first got them, they kind of grumble. But at the end of the day, when they got done and they fly it, they were stoked. So I'm at the point now where I'm getting ready to go figure out where I'm going to fly. Definitely going to do this one out of the as is. I'm not going to make any changes to it before I fly. It's made in flight wherever I decide to fly. Maybe I'll go over to the tattoo parlor where my wife is getting tattoo, and we'll see about buzzing around them and get some footage of them getting tattoos. And then also, I picked up, where's it at? There it is. I did also pick up the Speedy Bee Bluetooth adapter. That's a few bucks left over, so I thought, you know what? I'm really tired of trying to plug in my the wired version, because for some reason the connection's never really great. And you're always having to kind of press it up and hold on to it while I'm trying to do all this stuff in my hands. So I thought, I'll get one of these because, I would say less the pressure, but apparently you do have to have a 2S battery on this. And it does not, I don't think. And there it is. Got the pads for 2S. And I got a lot of 2S batteries, but let's see what else comes in this. Oh, nice. Kind of. Okay, so the other thing it comes with, which I don't know, I probably didn't read it. So it comes with a little manual, itty bitty manual. And it also comes with a T60 plug. So it makes you wonder what the voltage requirements on this is. Because I have a 2S, but it's running on a JST. So without knowing the actual details behind it, I'm hoping that it doesn't require as much voltage as it would if with something with a T60. As I have nothing with a T60 on it. Let's just take a quick gander. Input voltage 2 to 7S LiPo battery, 6 to 30 volts. So yeah, I could use one of my little JST 2S batteries from back when I first started, and I was flying a 2S SBC Maker 90X. That was my first real FPV quad. Not much to it. but it worked, and it got me, cut my teeth, as so they say on FPV with that. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to putting this to use. Will make life a lot easier. But I do think it's pretty slick that they did include that XT60 in there. So that, I do believe, is everything for me for the moment. Like I said, I am going to find a place to go fly and enjoy the hell out of myself for the day while everybody is off getting tattoos. And no desire to get another one, as you can see. Got one on my head. So that's the other reason I hope I didn't go there and he'd be like, well, hey, since you have one on, no, that was 2.5 hours of worst pain I ever experienced. Not going through that one again. So anyhow, that is it from me. Hopefully I didn't bore the hell out of everybody. And I will be posting some video footage on the Nano some point later today. Till then, talk to you later.